Hi, my name is Samantha and I'm the Adult Services Librarian at the McGirt-Horton branch of the Greensboro Public Library. As part of our container gardening series, I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about hardening off. So what is hardening off and why is it a process? Well, before I started my container garden, I thought that hardening off your plants meant preparing them for winter. But in fact, hardening off is the process of placing your seedlings outdoors and leaving them outside a little bit longer each day. Hardening off seedlings is a process, and it does take a little bit of time, usually between 1 to 2 weeks, because gradually hardening off your plants helps to prevent shock to the plants. If I just picked up this basil plant and moved it outside right now and left it outside all day or overnight, it would probably be shocked to death because it wasn't used to the outdoor conditions. So gradually hardening off your plants allows the plants to adjust to the harsher outdoor conditions, as well as strengthens the leaf cuticle on your plant. Hardening off is important if you ever want to be able to leave your plants outside, or if you want to be able to actually plant your plants directly into the ground rather than have them in a container garden. If you have hardened off your plants properly, you should be able to move them outside with little to no problems. Plants can withstand different temperatures and conditions, but generally speaking, the best time to start hardening off plants is when the outdoor temperatures have reached a consistent 70 degrees and the nighttime temperatures have warmed to at least 55 degrees. Some plants are more hardy than others and can withstand colder temperatures, but just as a rule of thumb, I would say just wait until the last frost has passed before you start to harden off your plants. This gives them the best chance for success. And like I mentioned, hardening off is a process. It usually takes between 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the specific plant's needs, the time that you have, and the weather conditions that you're working with. As a rule of thumb, you're going to want to start out by leaving your plants outside for 1 hour and then gradually increase that over the course of 1 to 2 weeks, working up to leaving them outside overnight.
For the first day, leave your plants in a nice sunny spot for about an hour just to acclimatize them to the outdoors. After the hour has passed, move your plants back inside and place them where you were growing them. Each day that week, you want to increase the time that your plants spend outside so that by the end of the week, they've been left outside for 7 hours straight. The next step is to then leave them outside overnight so they get accustomed to the overnight conditions and temperatures. Don't worry if some of the days that you're hardening your plants off are super windy or not sunny. This actually helps to strengthen the plants and gets them accustomed to all different types of weather that they will naturally be introduced to when they're outside. In fact, if you don't feel like your plants are being exposed to enough wind and you live in a place where there might be a lot of wind, you can aim an oscillating fan towards them while inside to get them more accustomed to it. Hardy plants are those that are able to withstand colder temperatures and can therefore be hardened off or planted up to 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost date. Some examples of hardy plants are asparagus, collard and mustard greens, potatoes, and thyme. On the other end of the spectrum are tender plants, or those plants that cannot withstand freezing temperatures or frost. Seeds of tender plants will not germinate in cold soil, and these plants need to be hardened off or planted in the soil on or after the last frost date. Some examples of tender plants are basil, cucumbers, snap peas, and squash.